Hello traders, and welcome back to our channel. In this video, we're going to take a complete look at the Smart Cycles strategy from TWM. This strategy is built around cycle analysis using an Adaptive HMA. Markets move in waves and cycles. Inside bigger waves are smaller cycles doing the same thing. The foundation is the Adaptive HMA, a whole moving average that adapts to market conditions. It smooths out noise and only reacts to significant price movement. From this, the strategy creates an oscillator that tells when the cycle is moving up, down, or changing direction. There's also a lead line that signals direction changes early, and a cycle window, which is a colored horizontal band. Green favors one direction, red favors the other. Gray means conditions are unclear. The strategy generates entry signals based on your configuration. You have 4 instant entry signals. Zero line, cross enters when the oscillator crosses zero. Cycle window turns, enters when the band changes color. CycleOsc crosses lead line, captures cycle transitions. Price crosses Adaptive HMA, enters when price intersects the moving average. These instant signals work with continuous filters that act as confirmation. You can require the oscillator positions correctly above the lead line, or the cycle window shows the right color, or price is on the correct side of the moving average. You combine any instant signal with any continuous filter. Set these to require all filters to align for strict confirmation, or anyone to trigger entries. For exits, you have the same setup with 4 exit signals and 4 exit filters. The number of combinations is enormous, which is why the strategy excels in the optimizer. Now we're going to walk through all the parameters. First, the indicator. Parameters control how cycle analysis works. Min cycle sets the shortest cycle the strategy identifies. Lower values capture faster cycles and more signals. Max cycle sets the longest cycle the strategy identifies. Higher values focus on longer cycles and bigger moves. Pre-smooth WMA smooths price data before calculation. Higher values reduce noise. Lower values respond faster but are more sensitive. Entry window fraction controls the sensitivity of the cycle window band. Adaptive HMA length determines how many bars the moving average uses. Higher values are smoother and slower. Lower values are faster and noisier. Next, entry parameters. Position size specifies contracts per trade and controls risk exposure. Combine instant signals determines how entry triggers work together. All means every signal must trigger. Any means a single signal is enough. Now the instant signals. These are your primary entry triggers. Zero line, cross enters when the oscillator crosses above or below zero. Cycle window turns, enters when the band changes color. CycleOsc, lead line, enters when the oscillator crosses the lead line. Price, Adaptive HMA, enters when price crosses the moving average. Next, continuous filters. These add conditions that must be true for entries. Filter. Zero line requires the oscillator above zero for longs, below zero for shorts. Filter cycle window requires the band shows the right color for your direction. Filter CycleOsc versus lead line requires the oscillator above the lead line for longs, below for shorts. Filter price versus Adaptive HMA requires price above the HMA for longs, below for shorts. Now the exit instant signals. Combine exit instant signals works the same way. All for strict confirmation, any for flexible exits. Zero line, cross exit closes when the oscillator crosses zero the opposite direction. Cycle window turns. Exit closes when the band changes color. CycleOsc, lead line, cross exit, closes when the oscillator crosses the lead line. Price, Adaptive HMA, cross exit, closes when price crosses the moving average. Next, exit continuous filters. These add conditions to your exit signals. Filter. Zero line for exit requires the oscillator on the opposite side of zero. Filter. Cycle window for exit requires the band changes to contradict your position. Filter CycleOsc versus lead line. For exit requires wrong positioning relative to the lead line. Filter price versus Adaptive HMA for exit requires price on the opposite side of the HMA. Finally, risk and exit parameters. Enable stop activates maximum loss protection per trade. Max loss in base currency sets your absolute maximum loss. For example, 4,000 USDT per trade. Commission type specifies how costs are calculated. Choose no commissions for testing, spot commissions for spot markets, or futures commissions for leveraged trading. That's the complete walkthrough of the Smart Cycle strategy. Every parameter can be tuned to optimize performance across markets and timeframes. Try this strategy available exclusively at TWM.one. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.